This is a quick overview of my XLQ Market Owl Dashboard, which is currently being beta tested. The dashboard identifies opportunities both long and short, primarily from a top-down perspective. It will highlight leaders and laggards from major indices, market caps, and sectors. It provides a quick insight into relative strength as well as above or below average volume for each component. It allows you to monitor your watch list buy points and portfolio holdings, and the tickers for most components can be customized or updated as needed. The purpose of the dashboard is to provide a concise market overview and highlight some potential trading opportunities on any time frame, whether you're a day, swing, or position trader. Where does the data for the Market Owl dashboard come from? Well, it comes from the individual pages within the workbook. Information and data is extracted from these individual pages and summarized on the dashboard. So let's take a quick look at the pages. They're all structured the same. This is the NASDAQ 100. A data provider must be entered and a benchmark must be entered. Once that's done, then the page can calculate the percent change from the open of the benchmark and whether or not it's moving on above or below average volume. It also allows you to calculate relative strength and weakness of all the tickers that comprise the NASDAQ 100, as well as those stocks that are advancing versus declining, and how many have above or below average volume. The red columns automatically sort and rank the worst performers to the best performers. The green columns automatically sort and rank the best performing stocks down to the least performing stocks. So if you're interested in more than just the top 5 leaders or laggards from the dashboard page, you can come and investigate here in greater detail. You also have the blue columns, which give above or below average volume readings and the percent change from the open. It's also got a yellow column with the tickers in it. From time to time, indices and sector ETFs are rebalanced and adjustments need to be made. Some tickers need to be added, others need to be deleted. You can change any ticker that's in here should that occur. All the pages are structured this way. The S&P page, the Dow, large, mid, and small cap, micro cap, they're all the same. And you notice that they each have an ETF sector benchmark that corresponds. Large cap, SPY, a mid cap, IJH is a mid cap ETF, so it makes sense to use that as a benchmark. But you can use any benchmark you want, including an individual stock. Here's small caps, so we use IWM, micro caps, IWC. There are 3 special watch lists, and they're exactly the same, with one exception. You can change the title. If you change the title here, it will change the title in the Market Owl. Again, you need to use a data provider, and you can use different data providers on different pages. Sometimes you'll see a cell will have a message in it and it will say too many tickers. A lot of times data providers limit how much data you can get. 500 tickers, 1,000 tickers, along those lines. If you have multiple brokers, such as TD Ameritrade or Interactive Brokers, or perhaps you also subscribe to IQ Feed, you can use a combination of them to help overcome that particular challenge. Or you can simply subscribe and pay more for more data. But all 3 of the special watch lists can be changed. On this one we have global ETFs, China, and growth stocks. Here's the quick sector. These ETFs in the yellow column can be changed. Again, you need to put a data provider in there. The sector page probably has the most data. It has all of the major SPDR ETFs for the different sectors. They all follow the exact same format I just shared with you. You can see in XLC, instead of a traditional indice like QQQ or SPY, there's an actual ticker for stock in there, and that's perfectly fine. There are two pages which follow a slightly different format, and that is the portfolio and the watch list page. On the portfolio page, you have a long book in green and a short book in red. You can keep track of both your long and short trades this way. Again, a data provider for the entire page and a benchmark for the long book, and then a benchmark for the short book. You notice I have different tickers here. QID is the inverse ETF of QQQ, and that would be the benchmark I would like to compare my shorts to. If the market's falling, I'd like to know what stocks are underperforming, or in this case outperforming because I'm short. It also gives you the same kind of relative strength and weakness data that is listed on the other pages. Sometimes this can give you an early warning that maybe your portfolio is starting to weaken, aside from just your straight up P&L, which is also listed. I should go over the columns. You've got your P&L, your entry price long, the ticker. Then here it will automatically rank and sort your best performing portfolio stock to your worst. The exact same thing is done on the short book. P&L, the price you're short at, the ticker, and then it automatically ranks. And the performance is your P&L, percent gain or loss. The watch list is similar with a few little adjustments. We've got a long watch list, a short watch list. Again, you must enter a data provider and a benchmark for each so that it can generate this data. It will tell you how far off the buy point you are. You simply enter the pivot or the buy point that you're interested in and the ticker. Then it will automatically sort and rank those stocks that are the furthest away from your buy point or above your buy point, over your buy point, versus the stocks that are below your pivot point. Same with your short watch list. Sometimes by comparing the summary sections, it's easier to see whether strength or weakness is entering the market. If you have more shorts that are hitting the buy point or more shorts that are showing relative weakness, that can be valuable information in helping you get a sense that perhaps the market environment's changing. Now let's take a quick look at the dashboard. All the information from all these pages is imported into this page. There is some data that's independent from the pages we just reviewed, so you do need to put a data source in. Anywhere you see an orange font or a blue font or a yellow column, those are all areas that you can enter information. So you can see the portfolio, the watch list, and the special watch list. You've got your summary section, then you've got your long, and then you've got your short portfolio, your top 5 of each. On your watch list, you've got your long watch list, your short watch list, and how far off the buy point each is. It will highlight in green if it's plus or minus 1% above your buy point to draw your attention to it so that you don't miss your on-time entry. And your special watch list is similar to the rest of the format on this dashboard. You've got a ticker, a price, percent change from the open, up down volume ratio, range being how far in the day's range is price. Is it above halfway? Is it below halfway? Is it near the high? Is it near the low? 85% means it's somewhat near the high of the day, the high being 100%. How far above or below average volume there is, and then you have a moving average that you can change. This is set for 10, but maybe you want to know how far price is from the 20 or the 50. Maybe you don't want to buy stocks that are not above their 50. You can punch that in and see where you stand. You can also look at lower time frames for the moving average, the 10, the 5, the 20. you want to make sure that stock's not too far extended. You don't want to buy late or chase up. This tells you what your specialty watch list is all about. And we have a quick market, quick index, risk, intermarket. You can change any of these tickers to whatever suits you. You can also change the moving average. Here's QQQ. Price is just a smidge below the 10. You could set the 50 or the 20 or the 15, whatever you want, and it'll tell you. Underneath those, we have quick sector, automatically ranked and sorted from best performing to worst performing. Again, same setup. Wherever it says percent change, that is percent change for the entire day, not percent change from the open. Then we have the indices, NASDAQ, S&P, Dow. Then we have the large cap, mid cap, small cap, micro cap, followed by the sectors. You see, you've got the benchmark. It tells you what it is. It tells you what the percent change from the open has been for that benchmark. Then it gives you the relative strength, advancing, declining, and volume information. If it's a leading, meaning the top 5 performing within this category, they'll be listed here. If they're lagging, they'll be listed down here, the worst 5 performing. Again, you have a moving average that you can change. Takes a little second. The leading, you're looking at the bid price. The lagging, you're looking at the ask price. That's assuming you want to go long what's outperforming and you want to short what is underperforming. I know that's not always the case, but you have both prices here, which you can quickly look at in greater detail on an individual page. If there's a particular ticker that you don't wish to trade that way, maybe you feel that price has gone down too far and you want to get in on a bounce, or you think there's going to be a swing, you can come down to the trade tools. You can type a ticker in, and if you wish to put a benchmark there, you can, to get the percent change from the open. But then here you'll have both the bid and the ask, as well as the spread, the range, the percent change from the open, up-down volume ratio, whether price movement is on above or below average volume, and then again a moving average that can be manipulated to whatever suits you. Since we're in the tools section, we might as well cover that quickly. You also have a quick position size calculator here. Type in the amount you want to risk, the entry price, the stop price, and it'll tell you how many shares you can get. It also has a quick profit loss table. Jot down your entry price. You manipulate the percentage numbers. Maybe you only want to lose 4%. It'll tell you what that price is. If price drops down to 14.17, you've lost about 4%. Or you can also put in profit goals. One thing I like to do to use the quick sectors, I find out which is outperforming or underperforming, and I go straight to that sector. So XLU was outperforming today. Find it down here, and now I can zero in on the stocks that were outperforming. I can do the same for underperformance. Back to the quick sector area, I see XLK did not do well today. So I can go straight to XLK and take a look at the lagging stocks and see if there are any short opportunities setting up. I can also do the opposite. If something had a down day, I can go look at a chart and see if it's in an uptrend, and if it retested a trend line or boss moving average. Maybe it's just having a normal pullback and I want to look to get long. There's a lot of different ways you can use this, all depending on your perspective. Another thing that can be quite helpful in narrowing down candidates and areas of strength is looking to see what's moving on above or below average volume in each sector. Just because something is going up or down doesn't necessarily mean there's true institutional support behind it, or that there's some kind of distribution going on, or serious distribution going on. Maybe I would only be interested in some above average volume or a certain percentage of average volume. That's another way to zero in on potential trading opportunities. I can see that HIG had 10% above average volume. Another thing is to look at the individual sectors and see, as a whole, are they experiencing moves up or down on greater or less volume? than normal. Thanks for watching. If you found these videos or any of the free educational material on my website helpful, I strongly encourage you to make a donation to the Children's Therapy Center. Simply go to my Principals page, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and you'll find a link for the Children's Therapy Center. They're an outstanding nonprofit that helps children with special needs. You can also find many free educational resources on my website. Reading suggestions that cover things like strategy, motivation, psychology, and risk. You'll also find webinars and presentations, as well as resource links to additional learning tools. Under the Trades tab, you can see actual trades that I've made. There are also presentations that specifically address growth stock trading. And you can find information about my chat room, as well as information about helpful trading tools. Thanks for watching and good fills, everyone.